we discussed here a view. So now what we will do? Okay, we will discuss and we will see today view and materialized view the differences. Okay, so it is very important to know difference between view and a materialized view. So what I will do, I'll just take the data from this table. Okay. Hmm. That's copy name. Hmm. So this is the table. Select star from select star from right. Okay, we got the data here, right? You have a total price. So what I'm going to do, this is my primary key. Okay, if I aggregate the data, generally I will get a unique records here. So customer key I have, and I have a total price, order date, okay, medium, something like that I have it. I will sum the data at a medium level, mean order priority level. How many order priorities I have, and how many, you know. So I'll aggregate the data and see what value we have here. So what is the column I'm going to take? This one. Okay, so copy column name, and here select column name, sum of, okay, total amount. Okay, this one. Sum of this from this one, and group by this column. Okay, so this is, so I have a aggregate data like this. Each aggregate level, this much dollar value I have. Now we will see this query we will create, same query we will create using the view and materialized view. Okay, so here create view, create view, view name. We'll take uh, orders underscore view. Get view as I'll paste the same query. Okay, so here's the database. Missing column specification. Okay, here as total price. You need to give a color. Hmm. So view is created. Hmm. Now, if you execute a view from orders aggregate view, you got the data, right? Now we'll see. hmm, If you go to the query history, this is the view you have created, and click this one. Okay, so these details you will find out here. Okay, and query profile. Okay, this is important actually. Now you see, this is the table. It got scanned from this table. Snowflake template data TPCH, right? This is the table. It got readed, and after that, it has aggregated the data. Okay, then it has printed the data, whatever we need. I mean, that result set, right? What it has printed. So this is how the data will be fetched from this table, okay, and aggregated and then loaded the data. If you run same query, okay, so what will happen, Snowflake, it will keep the result in the history. Okay, directly it will give you the result. It will not go again from the base table. If you see here, let it keep this one again. Go back and run this. Now I am running the query, this query again. Okay. Okay, we got the result right. Now if you go back and here, click here. This is the query again we executed, right? Query profile. You see, already the advantage is in Snowflake, already you have executed the first time, right? That result it will store here. Okay, once the data gets stored, right? Even if you run the same query again, it will hit to the same cache. Wherever the data been stored, right? This cache will be stored in Snowflake. So it will give you the result very fast. It will not fetch the data from the base table. Okay, this is also one of the best advantage because this will be they may ask an interview. Okay, for example, if I run the query, same query multiple times, will it hit to the base table and pull the data? Means no. Okay, in Snowflake we have a advanced concept. No, when you are executing that query, the data set, right, whatever the result you got, the data will be stored in the cache, and whenever you are trying to rerun the same query, it will just check and it will pull the data from the cache itself. Okay, and in case if you modify anything, for example, I am just giving the here column name. Hmm? Okay. Now you see column name as um, sum of cell. I'm changing the column name, alias name here, and running again. What happened? Okay. Sorry, not sum, just column I need to give. Already it is aggregated, right? I'm just giving the name like this. Now let's see whether it will hit to the cache or from the base table. So you got the data, and if you see that query profile, you see if you change any column, then it will hit to the base table. In case if you are running the same query, there is no change in the query, then it will just pull the data from the cache itself. Okay. So this advantage we have in Snowflake. No other database having this kind of a feature. Okay. But whatever, generally whenever you execute a view, okay, that will be fetched the data from the base table, okay, every time. But in Snowflake, you will have a feature. If you are running a same view, you will get the result from the cache itself. Okay? That is the advantage. Now we will see the same query with materialized view. Hmm? I'm just giving the materialized. Okay. One second. Materialized. Once again, let me check the email. Okay, something spelling mistake. Okay. Meatless view got executed. Hmm. Now, even you can check the query ID here. This is important actually. Okay. Meatless view got created. Hmm. Same result you will get because same query we have used, just we changed the name. Hmm. Okay. So when you execute this, see here only two steps you have. Why you have a two steps here? Because view, it will fetch the data from the base table first time, correct? And the second time, when you are running, it will fetch the data from the cache. But materialize view, when you are executing, it will create a kind of a table, okay, and it will store the result set, okay. And that result set, when you are fetching the data from the table, then the data gets read out from the result set only. Okay, this is the advantage. What is the difference between view and materialized view here means whenever you execute a view, normal view, it will every time it will fetch the data from the base table. Okay, but in Snowflake you have a concept of um, cache concept. That cache concept, if you are running same view query, then it will fetch from the cache. In case if you are changing the column names here and there, and if you are running, it will hit to the main base table and pull the data and apply the logics and give you the result set. Okay, but for you, it will be just a select star from, but in the view inside it, there might be many logics. Okay, so that is how it will work. But materialized view, it is not like that. So whenever you are executing a materialized view, it will store the data in the database. Okay. So that also we will see. Hmm. You see, this is the materialized view. Hmm? Okay. Definition. If you go definition, you will get this view. So this is the syntax. Hmm? Okay. So the data will be permanently stored under view, so that it will give you the fast, okay, performance. But normally, what is the difference? We got it. Yes, we know the difference between view and materialized view. View means the metadata will be stored and the data will not be stored permanently in the database. So whenever you hit a view, the data will be fetched from the base table and applies the logic, and then it will give you the result. That we know. It is common question. I mean common answer. And the materialized view, what is a materialized view? Materialized view also, it is a view, and it will stores the data in the database. And whenever you execute a materialized view, then it will create the, I mean, it will fetch the data from the materialized view table. Okay, that is also common answer. So in interview, if interviewer asks the question, what is the difference between view and materialized view? Okay, how will you explain? And how will you, convince you that from other team members, other candidates, you are the best person to select? So what question, what answer you need to give, something like that? Yes, he satisfies. What level you have to explain? Because view, in the sense, we will tell that yeah, view, it is a it is kind of a duplicate table from the base table, and only the difference is, okay, you will be applying the transformations and keeping the that SQL statement, so you can attach to the view and you will be creating a view, and whatever the select statement having the columns, that columns only it will display into the console or run console or whatever you can say that. Okay, and that is materialized view is nothing but materialized view will give you a faster than the view, and it will stores the data, and whenever you run this, it will fetch the data. That also it is common. But still, he will ask, yeah, I know these common questions. Okay, sorry, I know these common answers. What difference do we have? How will you tell? Okay, because everyone knows view and materialized view. Okay, everyone knows the common definition. But what specific thing you have so that I can satisfy from your answer? Okay, so that level you need to think. So to think that, what you need to do, I was searching in ChatGPT, same thing. I was okay. You see, for example, you have a here. I mean, from here. Okay, customer sales view, SQL definition, sales table, group by, and result set. Generally, this is how the query result will be executed, right? And what is the difference here? No separate storage for the view result. Very flexible SQL, can join multiple tables and views. Good for creating a reusable business logic. Excellent for security. Expose only selected rows and columns. No separate materialized view. Maintains cost. This is the view. Okay. So this is okay. Fine. Hmm? And this is a materialized view. Okay. You will, this is sales and materialized view. And the customer sales, this maintains means the database is to be stored here. The biggest difference here is what is saying query, view, base table, calculate, and result. Base table, okay, calculate, store result set, and query, read, maintain result. If you see this one, okay, so here you will have a query and a view will be executed, and it will head to the base table and calculate the measures in case if you have in the select statement, right? These are the steps what he is talking about. And the here materialized view, base table, calculate, because already the data will be stored here, right? So the directly the result set will be when you are querying, right, you will get. But the main difference is, okay, here. Why not use MV everywhere? Okay, because maintenance cost credits. And one more thing is storage is very little, maintenance none, query compute required. Where is this? One second. Base table changes, background maintenance, and the MV caches up. During the process, Snowflake can still produce the current result. Okay, why not use MV everywhere means normal view is, okay, storage very little. I mean, you will not have a storage at all. So maintains nothing, and a query compute required. Compute required in the sense you need a processor. Okay, whenever you run a processor, right, you need some processor to execute that query. It is nothing but a query only, right? It will execute the query. After that, it will fetch the result. Correct. But here, materialized view, storage require and maintenance, yes, and credits means amount you need to pay, and potential much faster. Means compared to this, okay, here you will have a better performance. But the thing is, here, if you are running 100 times here, okay, so every time if you have some little bit complex query, and every time here you are taking, we need to calculate. Yeah. Now you have a one query, okay, it is taking 5 minutes. Hmm? Okay, and for that they are costing 10 rupees, for example. Okay, 5 minutes, and it is taking 10 rupees. Now that query every day they are executing, 20 times or 100 times, so let's say, 100 into 5, right? 100 into 5 means how many minutes? Sorry, 100 times they are executing a query, 5 minutes it is taking. And it means, okay, for 5 minutes they are charging 10 rupees, right? It means 100 into, 10 rupees. Hmm? So if it is like that, then 1000 rupees you need to pay per day. Okay. So now you need to pay 10,000, oh, sorry, 1000 rupees. Now, instead of that, okay, I will create a view. Hmm? Now, once the materialized view, when I create, first time it will take, for example, 5 minutes. Okay, 5 minutes it will take. It means 5 minutes for the how much they are charging? 10 rupees. Okay, first time when I execute it. Now, when I do select star simply, right, you will get the result. Hmm? When you are getting the result in seconds, okay, for 5 minutes, if they are charging, here, what I'm saying, for 5 minutes, if they're charging 10 rupees, okay, for 1 minute, how much? It will be 2 rupees, right? 2 rupees only. Now, 100 times if you are running, 100 times, okay, if you are running 100 times, then 2 rupees. How much it will be? 200 plus 10 rupees. Total, okay, 220 plus storage cost, some 100, for example. Okay, then totally how much amount you are paying to them? 310 rupees. But here, how much amount you are paying to them? 1000 rupees. So something like that, that computation cost it will increase. Okay, when you are using a view. Okay, and when you are using a materialized view, first time it will take the compute cost, and after that, when you are running a just a select star and all right, then it will be the cost will be reduced because already you have already you have the result set in the database. So that compute related information you need to tell in the interview. Okay, so this compute. Okay, then only the interviewer, he will satisfy. So to run this, you need to understand carefully how this works background. Okay, so you need to understand deep level. Okay, then only if you, for example, dashboard every 5 minutes, same aggregation. Okay, for example, if it is running sales, mostly historical data query happens thousands of times. Okay, this is a good MV candidate. Snowflake specially recommends considering MV when results that are reused frequently. The query is resource intensive and the underlying data result don't change too frequently. It means generally what is saying is, in case if persons or the data results set being used many times, then better you go with the view. Okay, that is what they are telling. Why we are going with the view? Why can't we go with the table? Because the views are it will hide the table in, I mean, this data and all, because it will not store any data in the normal view, right? And we have a secure view and right, so that is the reason they cannot see the uh, metadata as well. Okay, so that is and they will not touch the base tables. So that is the reason we are creating a view. Okay, so there are advantages you need to tell, and there are some disadvantages also you have. You need to tell that as well. Okay. So this compute level, how much time it will take, what is the best performance, and depending on your level of effort. And he will ask, how do you know this query being used, many times? How do you know? How do you decide whether whether do I need to create a view or a materialized view? I don't know, right? Means yes, as a developer, really I don't know. But on top of me, I have my lead and I have my manager and a business team will be there. Okay, when you are running each time the query, at that time it will generate the cost, right? So audit team will calculate how many queries are running and what queries are commonly used to execute, and they will decide with the business what are the queries you guys are running every day and what you are doing. According to that, what are the tables next time, what are the tables we need to include the I mean we need to change the to from view to materialized view, something like that they will decide. And last time when we had a call, there was a quarterly